Hi, my name is I've been a senior lecturer for now over 20 years, and before that, I worked in multinational automotive corporations. So, our discussions are about time management. Now, today, what I intend to do is show you how you can get the green spots on your agenda a bit more, meaning a bit more. You can expand them in a way or create depth to them. So, and how can you make from the time that you can control the best out of it as much as possible? Now, sometimes the green times that we have assigned before might be eaten up by, you might be angry on something, you might have a discussion with your loved ones, you might be sick. Those are the things that you can't control again, even if you have your green time and something has happened that is not under your control. So you can say, okay, for this week that green time is red and I can't control it. But there are times that are green that you can control. Now, for example, if when you're doing your work, say, I would say in green time I need to do some market research, but I don't have much time for it, and I would love to have some sort of understanding. What you can do is go to Fiverr, find somebody who has a good degree and has done market research and see how much they are charging for it, and ask them some indication, some sample of their work, and see whether there is something that you can use. And if you don't like it, say, this is not aligned of what I'm wanting at this stage. Maybe later on when I have the product or service, I will come back to you, but this is not exactly what I need. If they ask, what do you need? Exactly tell them what you do need. And if they cannot deliver, say, I see value in what you're doing now, but I want something else. So maybe I will approach you within 2 months' time. Is that okay? And what would your fees be? So you have somebody in mind that can help you when you're ready for XYZ. But for the task that you want, so maybe create an email, show some samples of what you want, some categories of that you want, and ask them whether they can pitch you a sample that they have done. If you like it, then you have to set the scope of the work, what you want to do, numbers, quantifiers, tell them exactly when it's needed, and then agree on the terms that you want to have it. So that can help. Yeah, one way of doing that. The other ways of doing that, if you don't want to, if you don't have the means, if you don't have the money, for example, cleaning home might gather you more. Finding a cleaner to clean every 15 days might get you more time as well. If it's doable, resourceful, and you have the means for it, great, consider it. But if not, then you have to find, if you're resource restricted, what can you do to expand that green time in a way that would create you resources and that would bring you some additional financial means or additional time. So what can you do? Now, that means you have to be productive with something that you're already doing. Say, for example, let's say you want to write a book, but you're a really slow typer. It takes ages until you type something up. So you might want to either record it and pay somebody to write it up, or there are software that you can buy and you can upload it. But if you have an accent like me, it's difficult to do so. So you can learn speed typing, and that's free usually. So I'm a speed typer, so it saved me tons of time, say at work, in my real life as well. So what I would suggest is find ways of what you do to do it quicker in a more efficient manner. So what would have taken me ages to complete takes me much more quicker with Excel sheets now, because I learned the skills of using it. I learned the skill of, for example, downloading one of my videos, rewriting it with a software, and then updating it and reading it and developing towards a book. So there are different ways of doing things that you might not know. So what I would say is, any skill that you're after, for example, if you're writing a book, so writing tips, type in on YouTube. There are many people who have written books and they will tell you how they have done it. There are very many people who are really helpful. So do pick up their brains as much as you can. You can watch the video in double the speed. So that's what I do. If I wanted to watch something that is of benefit to me, I would double the video times. There is also software that you can download what they've been saying, and they can AI can summarize you the points as well. So there are so many tools that you can use for your help. So learn how to use those tools, or learn how to do things that you're doing much more quicker. Yeah. For example, I hate going to hairdressers. I love my hairdresser. He is lovely, he is adorable, and such a good person. And but I would never consider coloring there because it takes ages, and I have in family health issues like brain cancer, so I'm just cautious of putting it for a long time, any chemicals. So what I do is, I did learn how to do it by myself, and I leave it 15-20 minutes on my hair and that's done. You might think, yeah, my hair is really thin so it soaks in, but I've been doing that ages, and my hairdresser loves the way that I do, and he goes, oh, you're doing such a good job. So if a hairdresser tells you that, then that's a good indication. Now, that saves me a lot of time, that saves me a lot of money, and I'm happy that I can dictate what sort of chemicals I'm using or non-chemicals I'm using on my hair. So things like that makes your life easier and valuable to you, it's worth learning. So it may take a bit of time, but it will save you at the end more time, yeah, and more finances as well. So not everybody has the same wish to do so. So you have to decide what you want to do, what you're ready to do, what sort of effort you want to give, and to what extent. Yeah. So what I would suggest is, list down what you're doing daily, weekly, monthly. Yeah. And then next to it, put the time frames that you're doing. For example, I am writing every day, and I'm writing quite some pages. So in terms of my job, in terms of, so learning a skill like typing, speed typing, would help me immensely. So that's a skill that I need to learn. For example, AI, currently not affecting that much, affecting to some level, but I can see that it will affect later on how I do what I do and what others do as well. So I need to invest in learning that. So maybe that might be not my priority, maybe it's not impacting, but it's strategically important for the future. So what you have is levels of use, for example, times that you have used that skill, and what extent it's needed. Yeah. And then also level of capability that you have and what you need to learn in terms of that. So it is not that difficult to assess yourself, but how long it will take you to learn, that's another question. Okay, so for example, I love looking in people how they cut so quickly and do the meals so perfectly and nicely, neatly. I love it. But do I need to learn it? Not really. I already am practical. Don't cut that fancy, but just cut it really quickly, and that's enough for my life. But later on, as a hobby, I would love to learn the proper way of doing it. So there are things that you are on wish list. There are things that would be beneficial for you. There are things that you need to do. So you have to classify in 3 different categories. Once you classify and know what is a must, what is a wishful thinking on the other spectrum, and what is good to know in the middle. Yeah. So once you know that, what is a must are the areas that you need to develop to earn more time in your life. Yeah. So for me, speed typing, yes, that saved me quite a lot of time. And getting somebody to clean and iron, quite substantial time. So if you can afford it, that's great. If you can't afford it, learn how to do it much more quicker than you used to do it. There are exceptional people on here that show you how to do it. So listen really closely. I benefited from several people. So for example, minimalist organizations, so being organized. I have learned so much from many people. I'm so grateful, and it has helped my life immensely. So I wish you good luck with everything and hope this helps. My 5P on time management.